Thank you for watching. This is part 2 of my e.l.f. haul. In the first part I described some of the dollar line products. So now I'm going to move on to the studio line products. And actually I do have 2 of the dollar line products in here, so maybe I'll review those first. But they almost look like they belong in the studio line because they got that black packaging like the studio line products. And this is just their waterproof eyeliner pen. You can see that there. That's the kind of tip that it has. Draw a line for you there. So this is just your simple liquid eyeliner. I like it a lot. I think it's wonderful. It's kind of on the watery texture. I know some liquid eyeliners, especially the ones where you dip the brush into something, are kind of more of the gooey texture, and I actually find those harder to apply because it's not that they're chunky, but it's just hard with something creamy for me. Whereas with this, just the same kind of line every time. It's not darker in parts, lighter in parts, depending on how thick it goes on, because it doesn't have that problem. It just goes on very evenly for me. And again, really, if I can open it, really easy to hold. So really easy to apply, in my opinion, because I find it easier to hold things like this, like a pencil, versus if you had the different type of liquid liner where you kind of have to dip in and you kind of have to hold it. I find that more difficult. So I'm definitely a huge fan of these. I mean, I'm not sure if they're waterproof to a really larger degree. Let me just swatch this other one for you. It's in Plum. Plum is just a really pretty dark purple, and I got it because purple goes good with green eyes, and I have green eyes. So, and I do like it. I don't know if you can tell there. It's purple. And so if I go like this to them, you can see that they're not smudging. I wouldn't say that they're prone to smudging, and I'm actually rubbing them pretty damn hard and nothing's coming off. But if you wear it all day long and maybe you sweat, you probably will get a little bit of fading, I think, just because I don't think this is truly waterproof all day, but definitely good enough. Good enough for me. I like them. Moving on to their eyeshadow, and this isn't the studio line, this is the mineral line. This is an elegant, and this is a really, really pretty color. This is the only color that I got, but I might have to get more because I'm a big fan of the eyeshadows after trying that one. Let me show you this little swatch. How pretty is that? It's just like this very light golden. It'll be perfect for an highlight color on your eye, under your brow. I really like it. And now we have, this is the one product I don't really like. This is the Prime and Seal. Here's the Prime. Just goes on exactly the same color as it looks. It's kind of like orangey concealer stick. It's decent for holding on to eyeshadow, but not particularly as a primer for not creasing your eyeshadow. I don't really use it because I have a huge creasing problem, so I really have to use a good primer to make sure I don't have creasing with my eyeshadows, and I would not be able to use this successfully. But the other side is quite decent. The other side is the Seal. You can see that there. Just a fine tip, kind of a similar tip as their liquid liner pens, and kind of a clear liquid. It has a little bit of a smell to it, maybe kind of like a chemical smell, but not too bad. And I didn't think I was going to be using this too much at first, but but I do like wearing my powder eyeshadows wet or some of my loose mineral eyeshadows wet, and the reason that this is specifically great for that versus using some kind of mixing medium or water like I usually do is I tried this and I just did a swatch on my hand and I noticed that it makes it really budge proof. Like, I just went over it and the swatch didn't come off, whereas if I did it with water and I touch it, you know, the powder is just gonna make a big smudge. So this is great if you want a budge proof line with your mineral pigments. So I like half of this product, I guess I could say. And the nice thing is a lot of these are kind of two-sided and multi-purpose, so that's nice. So kind of going along that theme of primers, let me show you this. This is the mineral primer. Mineral eyeshadow primer. Looks like that. Very, very similar to Urban Decay Primer Potion, at least just in my opinion, because I've tried many primers trying to find kind of a bargain product that would be a substitute for the Urban Decay, because that's the only thing that's worked for me, and nothing works. Everything creases on me, and this actually works really exceptionally well. I actually did a test where I wore it on one eye and I wore my Urban Decay Primer Potion on the other eye, and I did not notice a difference the entire day in terms of the way the colors stayed or in terms of the creasing. I got no creasing, so I just really highly, highly recommend this product. I can't rave about it enough. This is probably my favorite product out of the ones that I got. The next two I'm going to kind of do together here really quickly. These are just some brushes I got from their studio line. I'll show you them from the top so you can see how skinny this one is. This is blush, angled foundation, and they come with this cute little sleeve to keep it kind of safe. So this one, I don't use liquid foundation, so it's kind of useless in that sense, but I thought maybe I could kind of contour with it, and I think it actually will work nicely for that, but keep in mind it's kind of on the thinner side, so you might get a more fine contour line. But actually, because it's so soft, when you press it, it gets quite fat, if you can see that. So I think it'll work just fine. I haven't tried it yet, but it's definitely very, very soft. You can even get, you know, if you contour on your nose, that'll be easy to do with this brush. And the blush brush, I love. It's so soft, and I love that it's so small, because I am a huge fan of small blush brushes, so I can really kind of, I like the precision of it. So keep that in mind. If you don't like small, you probably will want to get like their powder brush. I think that'll be kind of like a bigger version, so if you like the bigger ones for blush. But definitely so soft, kind of, you know, on the flimsy side. Again, I like that because it blends better. And so, big fan of this brush. And then I got their Eye Transformer palette, and it comes with the cutest little brush you'll ever see. And again, so soft, same kind of hair as their studio line brushes, but very, very small. So I mean, it'll take you a while to apply eyeshadow with this. I don't know if this is a good swatch. These colors are kind of hard to show because they're on the translucent side. You have a green, a yellow, a pink, and a blue, and they're very iridescent, so you kind of, not by looking at them dry, but when you apply them you kind of see that iridescent quality. So very pretty. You can mix it with your eyeshadows, put them on top, use them alone. I do like them. I think they're nice. And my other big time favorite, the Eyebrow Kit in Light. And I love this. I've been using the gel on my eyebrows, and the gel is just fabulous. And the powder is nice as well. I tend not to use powder on my eyebrows just because I'm afraid it's going to like fall out or something. It has this nice size mirror, beautiful packaging, this brush where one end is like this, probably for the powder, and one end is like this. mine's kind of dirty because I've been using this brush a lot. Just dip it in the gel, kind of go over your brows, gives them great definition, really fabulous product. And this little thing didn't come with it. I got it from an NYX brow kit, but it fits in here, and so I thought it'd be nice to have little tweezers in here as well. A great product, highly recommend.